Alright folks, this is the Ace Charming. I would like to make this video blog talking about another show that I thoroughly enjoy watching, and that would be Survivor. I'm a huge Survivor fan. I've watched all 23 seasons, enjoyed it very, very much. Like everyone, just like the whole dynamic in it. I think personally I'd be great at it. I'm really good at selling myself a lot higher than I actually am. I would have a pretty good game, I believe, with getting to know people and getting alliances. My main downfall, I think, would be the fact that I'm not the strongest physically, and I would be too nice, and I wouldn't feel really that bad about cutting people off, and that would screw me in the end. So I have a feeling that I could probably get to the merge and probably get a little bit down there, but I would feel like I'd end up screwing myself over. Now, I might do well enough to where I get to the final three, but I'd have to really work on my sales pitch in order to get them to keep me to win the $1 million. But it would definitely be something that I would think about. I'm going to do a little bit of a recap. 2 episodes have aired. It was the season premiere, which was cool. I will say, though, that this season is started off really well because there are 2 people who have already went home that I really don't like. So I really didn't think that they should be in it. Semar was just she's kind of ditzy, really screwed up in the challenge, deserved really to go home. And then you have Christine, who went home, who I was thrilled about because although I'm not a huge fan of bringing back the people who've played before, having Coach and Ozzy there kind of adds another little dynamic to the game that other seasons might not have. They already gave a little bit of a precedent with Rob and Russell, but with the 2 of them, it's really nice because they brought back some fairly nice people. I mean, people still don't like Coach, but at least they respect him enough to where he'll be good in the game. He's already started to build up some alliances, which is good. He did one of the smartest things ever that I don't understand why people don't do this more often. But for me, what I would do on the first couple days is I'd try and find a time, normally at night, where I am with like 4 or 5 people, and even if you don't like them, just sit down and just talk rationally with them. Go, alright guys, we got 5 people here. Do you guys want to go to the merge and get really far past the merge? Now I know you might develop relationships with other people, but for me, I like all you guys, and you guys are really, I think you guys can be vital assets to the team. I'd make up some BS about how I thought each one of them could contribute to us. And then if they were all okay with that, I would just sit there and go, okay, we need to have a little bit of a inner dynamic between the group. I would have 3 people who were the main, and I would just tell them this. I say we need 3 people who have a lot of, who will look like they're a really tight-knit group. I wouldn't care if I was that. And I'd say we need to have 2 people within this group that are really tight. We need to have 2 of those people. So 2 out of the 3, and then one of the other thirds being really tight with another one. And then one person within the 3 needs to really hate 2 other people and want them gone. And those 2 other people would have to kind of go with another, have to dislike maybe that one guy or another guy, so that within our group along the tribes, at least until the merge, the other people in the tribe would be confused as to who actually is aligned with who, and just say, you know what, these people we're going to report to these people. We're going to have about 3 niches, 3 or 4 niches, dynamics within the group, and we're all going to talk to each other. But for me, like let's say I don't like him, I'll never really talk to you. So I am going to trust you within our group to report to her, she will report to me, but we will all do it all secretly. That way the other tribesmates, we can all get a little bit with them. Now, this could all blow up in my face, I guess, if I was doing it, whereas other people would find this as a hole to kind of attack me. But I think that in order to, a lot of the downfalls of this is that the alliances get too big and too noticeable, at least in the beginning. People start to try and pick them off. But if they don't, we've basically thrown out some people that are going to be kind of spies within the tribe and kind of look out for all of us. And I would probably really want to be friends with one or two of the spies, and just know that they got my back, but then I also got the back of the other people. Which the kind of what they did, Coach sat down with 5 people and he said, all right guys, let's make an alliance. And so they were all kind of, making an alliance. They were all cool. Other side, Ozzy kind of did the same thing with the guys, 3 guys, 2 girls, we're all cool, make little alliances within them. Problem is that when other people are going to see that, if they get down to a certain amount of number, they're going to start to try and pick off people. So I don't really think that picking off people is really the smartest idea. You should do that after the merge. Sorry, I mean this is 23 years of or 23 seasons of watching the show and developing my own strategy of how I would implement it. There's a couple interesting people there. There's Cochran, who's the nerd, who I think will end up doing actually really well. Kind of screwed up in the challenge a little bit, but again, his tribe ended up winning, so they'll forget about that. You have the Bear, who's gonna actually do really well because he's a lovable guy. Coach, I think will do okay. He might get ousted before the merge though, just because people will see him as a threat. You have Russell Hance's nephew, who I think will do okay as long as he doesn't ruffle too many feathers. He's kind of come off as a little bit of arrogant, which could bite him in the butt at some point. You also have Ozzy, of course, who everyone loves, but I think people will try and get rid of him sooner than you may think. And he's going to have to try and hope that someone is very loyal to him and tells him what's going on, or else he's going to end up screwed. And then there's a couple of the girls that are going to be coattails, of course. They're just going to play off that they're pretty. And again, if I were to ever do it with my group of 5, I wouldn't care if they're guys or girls, old or young. We just need a mix of them and guys that all seem to be okay with each other, at least from the first couple of days. And then we can cause and play a little bit of a scene, because it's a social game, but it's also a little bit of acting throughout to diffuse some other people and to get them kind of confused as you're playing. Because whether or not you win or lose the challenges, there's going to be dynamics around camp that everyone's going to know about. So yeah, that's my little recap of the first and second season, a little bit of my strategies and where I'm coming from. So you guys will see every Thursday I'll throw up a video about Survivor. May add some other stuff, but just kind of let you recap the story, think of what I thought about strategies, implementations, who got voted out, if they should have gone a different route. Because I'm a very cerebral guy, and I'll figure out kind of I would think the best ways to kind of tackle the situation. These vlogs are looking like they're being a little bit longer. Hope you guys are okay with that, but this has been The Ace Charming. I will see you guys all later. Over and out.